I feel that's where I wanted to get some clarification, that when I am here or when I am listening to you, for example, like how does one come to that point? Because it's a gradual process. I come to that point because of this conversation with Prachi and with Deepa, with the following participants. I suddenly realized that the freshness that you're talking about is really aliveness that you're talking about, the aliveness that I am. And it triggered that aliveness in me, and all that stillness was just dropped. So I am like, I was not at the right place. And I was like, how do I begin with the listening in such a way that I can come to the right place? So, Rajee, can you put some light on that?
Yeah,
Thank you,
sure.
Rajee.
I'll try to share as much as feel right now. Very, very valuable point. This point is question is, no? It's a real challenge that that every one of us will be in that state in which we can be. But that state is like a mix of the old. That state is our mixing with the old. And we cannot overnight disappear or change or something. No, we can only try our best. No? So it is a totally is a understandable, relatable fact what you are talking about. I can share some pointing which may help. No? That mind through which we live is our only help also, companion also, and it is our only imprisonment also. So our mind is our companion also, and it like in Hindi we say mere hamdam, mere dusman, mere dost, no? Like my enemy, my friend. So our mind is our enemy also, our friend also. The only enemy, the only friend. What we should try to understand is that our mind is basically our understanding about everything fundamentally. Mind is not thinking thoughts and this and that on particular subject. That is outer mind. I am talking about the core mind. No? Core mind is our imprisonment, or what we call ego. So that core mind basically is our understanding, our means understanding of the soul that we are about everything else. So we are living through those understandings. We are understanding everything through them, including approaching freshness or stillness also. So their correction need to happen because we are dependent on it. When it is said, for example, put aside your mind, who will do it? What understanding it will use to understand this, for example? It will be the pure soul only, but it will use this same mind that you are talking about, the core mind, to understand that what it means to put aside my mind. So this is where the improvement need to happen. The mind need to be prepared in one sense, or we need to improve our understandings about life. Basic understanding, not understanding about what is chai, how to make this and that, not that, you know. And that is basically, for me, part of awakening, you know, even if kind of still some steps left, but it is part of awakening, no? Correcting our understanding, no? Basic understanding, not what is this, what is that, but more fundamental questioning, fundamental answers. So, with this view, I can tell you that whenever possible, best approach in satsang is to listen like trying to understand something first time. However, our attachment to the mind or our dependency on our understanding of the core mind will always try to convert it immediately into that language or into that domain. And we should try to refrain ourselves from that work right now. That work goes in under the in the background anyway. But you don't need to be actively involved with that mind right now, that trying to understand. This trying to understand basically is from the perspective of the limited mind, which is core also. We are trying to understand what is being shared right now. That mind will continue doing that anyway, even in the deep sleep, and dream, it continues that work. So we don't need to really do anything with it. During the satsang, we can directly listen as if we are listening first time. But then you, the soul, will be actually able to listen and understand what is being communicated to you without touching this old mind. So this is a possibility and best practice for satsang. It is going to be relative correction. So allow this relative correction to happen. Let's not be so strict that either this or that. Then we just feel we will be defeated. No? If you want to succeed, you need to continue until you succeed. No? Let us have that kind of attitude. And once we have that kind of attitude, we will adopt the fastest speed, even if it feels like gradual. No? So you who has some understanding about the same topic, or you feel that you have some understanding about the same topic, try to put aside that understanding. This is what it means to put aside your mind. Mind is nothing but the core understandings about everything and our belief in it that it is true. Now you are questioning that maybe it is not true. That's why self-inquiry initially does not work, because we believe about everything, which includes the belief that who I am. So when you know at the deeper level that I know who I am, why would you question really truly? No? But when you start suspecting that no, I really don't know who I am, then the self-inquiry becomes real in a way, like very effective also. No? Like this. So do you feel that you are able to connect to this, and this is good, like enough answer for what you were asking?
Yes, Rajee, I feel like it is, I feel in one line what you said was listen to what you say. I feel what anyone says is like for masters, anyone, when they speak, it has to be listened as if I'm hearing it for the first time. And that should take care of
It will. Because what will happen is that by listening directly like this, listening first time, you, the soul, will listen from your original wisdom, which is called mainly no mind, not the mind. Mind means the fixation of understanding. No mind is the potential of understanding. No, potential, like learning it freshly. We sometimes call it intelligence also in some context. Intelligence versus intellect. Mind is intellect, like a fixation of like understanding has been fixed already, agreed upon, like, oh, this is what it is. Huh? Like meeting a tree, like first time, versus trying to meet the tree. Why we are trying to meet the tree? Because that fixation is so much playing inside us that we are just not able to put it aside. It just comes in front, like, You see what I mean? Like we meet that tree which we know. That's why we all are living in existence, Deva. But we are living in some country, in some state, in some city, in some area of that city. Do you see what I mean? Meaning we are taking it as that. So we are not living in the existence, we are living in a world that we have created within ourselves. And individually, every one of us, differently. Similar, but not same.
Thank you, Rajee. This is like an amazing meeting. I feel every step of it was like waking me up a little more, and I was feeling more alive. Thank you so much. And thank you for inviting us to ask, to participate. That was a wake-up call, because that's how I first got shook up from that laziness. Thank you so much for that invitation also.
How nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Very nice.